Are you going to ask everyone to like and subscribe, Eike? We are off.
Wonderful. So, then let's go ahead. This will not be even an unboxing video. This will be more of a sneak peek of our new CNC router. I will try to explain what we are going to see, but I will not qualify every sentence by so I said read or I saw it in a YouTube video. Because if you think that we know what we're doing, you clearly haven't been paying attention. This is a SaintSmart Genmitsu 340 3-axis CNC router. And while we unpack the box, we maybe can also unpack the words. Because the router is a tool that cuts the materials such as wood along a given path.
Well, it's like a giant engraver almost.
So to speak. Only engravers usually do not cut through, and this might very well. CNC is short for, I think, computer numeric control, which means that the path the tool is taking is determined by a computer program. 3-axis means literally that it has 3 axes. It can move from the right to the left, from behind to forefront, and up and down.
A box within the box.
A box within the box, and then drop your phone.
Okay.
Your phone dropped.
Okay, no worries. I'll spin it around. Let's just do it then. Handheld. Okay.
So, the important part of the name is the working surface. Because this can do 30 centimeters by 40 centimeters, which is not a lot. Which is why also extension kits. There's actually one extension kit available for 60 to 60 centimeters. And there's another extension kit announced, which would bring it to 1 meter. This has apparently been announced for the last 2 years and didn't materialize yet. And if I had to guess, the reason is economics. Because this machine, when you buy it new, is about 1,200 euros, and the 60 by 60 extension kit would add another 350. So I guess if you had to buy it together with a 1 by 1 meter extension kit, it would come around 2,000 euros, and probably you would need a bigger motor then. And if you're pushing past 2,000 euros, then you would always be in the area of professional CNC machines, and this is a hobbyist thing.
Nice. I see an instruction book there.
Yeah. So wonderful. Genmitsu is the company that does the generic design, and then various companies resell it with
CNC ruler. There we go.
With there was upgrades such as this is the SaintSmart. SaintSmart is, I think, more famous for their Arduino stuff and general electronic stuff. But this is basically powered by an Arduino, or controlled by an Arduino. This is called the spoil board.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that you're going to spoil it.
Okay, we're going to spoil it, definitely.
The cutter from the router, if you want to cut through material, then it will go.
I see. So it's like a culling board, basically.
Whatever is below. And there's also an aluminium work surface, so you have the choice. You either ruin a cheap MDF board or a hard to replace aluminium surface. And so that's why they do the spoil board.
Oh wow, look at this here.
Various exciting parts.
Yeah.
What do we have here? This is the mount for the motor, which is apparently called a spindle and not a motor.
Okay.
For
spindling.
For I don't know what reason, because it's not actually a spindle, it's a cylinder. I assume because the actual collar where you put in the tool is a spindle. So this might actually not be the mount for the motor that we're going to use, because this kit includes an additional mount for a proper big router, not a tiny motor. That's usually, there's a 300 watt motor included here, which is actually not that tiny. The allowed legal limit for an electric bike in Germany is 250 watt, so this is a bit more powerful than that. This is just material for practice. So you have a bit of wood you can cut into. This is stuff.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Tools and cables, and these are the actual bits that will do the cutting. And there's a few, lots of screws and bearings and parts. I think these are the clamps. Exactly, these are clamps. You can use this to fix stuff on this board so it doesn't move when you run the machine. Because if your workpiece starts moving away while you're doing stuff, then obviously it will not quite work. So this is the cable and cable guards, which look pretty professional, I must say.
Yeah, they look the real deal.
And this is something. And I guess I didn't really wanted to unbox anything, but I guess I have at least to take this out.
Yeah, that looks like the real.
Yeah, this is, I think this is the gantry for the Z-axis, which is the bit that moves up and down, and for the X-axis, which it will be a bit clearer when I take it out. It's really heavy. It's a more clever man than me, apparently.
Yeah.
Or a stronger man. Whatever.
There you go, you got it. Whoa, look at that. That's a beauty, that.
Quite massive. Okay.
Yeah. That's a real piece of equipment, oh look.
Okay, this is the X-axis, obviously. The motor travels. Okay, this is the actual motor with a fan so it doesn't overheat. This is the collar, the tools go in here and can travel up and down here. That's the Z-axis.
Nice.
Up and down. This machine goes to, I think, 11 centimeters. And that's the X-axis, so it travels in that direction. So, some assembly required.
Yeah.
Take this out, I think. Yes.
Oh wow, there's more.
Okay, I will not take all of this out because that's the basic frame. You take this gantry and screw it on top of this. And this is the missing axis. What did we have? X-axis, Z-axis. So that's the Y-axis. Here these rollers travel forward and back. There and there.
Then what do we have in the box box here?
First we have these, I think these are stepper motors. And these are called stepper motors because they do not do a continuous motion, they move in discrete steps.
Right.
That's basically what the CNC part does, the number control, because there's a very simple instruction language, it's called G-code. And you can tell in your G-code file how big the steps are and what your starting position is and how many steps in a given direction you want. So you can tell the motor do 10 steps of 1 millimeter each to the left while you're in the middle of the board and your Z-axis is set so that you cut 1 millimeter into the material or something like that. I did watch a lot of videos about it.
You've certainly been watching a lot of videos.
I don't really know how it works yet. It actually works pretty much the same as, what I do know is that it works pretty much the same as the 3D printer would work. There are, for some CNC machines, I'm not sure, for this one there are actually 3D printer heads that you can just mount because it's basically the same. Except that the 3D printer does not have a cutting tool and instead it has an extruder that squirts plastic. This is the power supply.
Oh, okay, so that's like a huge back. Oh wow, look at that. That's amazing. So is that a control board? You can
Yeah, there's. Okay, let's see.
Oh wow.
Okay, what have we here? Speed control. This is manual control. Usually you would not control speed via this button. You would use a computer program.
Right.
Reset the factory settings. Stop. Start again.
And then the big red button in case.
Is emergency. If you get your fingers in there, they're about to be cut off, then you can just hit the button.
That's probably going to be the most useful thing to.
Here you can connect the motors.
Nice.
For the various axes. One for up and down, one for left to right, and for some reason 2 for forward, backward. Not sure why. So what do we have here? There are a few more connections, and these are for limit switches. Usually it would be quite easy to write a computer program that just tells the motor to move further than the actual working surface.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can connect limit switches that shut the thing off if they exceed the allowed movement across the, if they move further to the side than the board is right, then you can have a switch connected here that just shuts it off.
I see.
This kit should include limit switches, I'm not quite sure. There's a fuse under there. There you can connect it to your computer, but SaintSmart also offers an offline controller where you can control the.
Oh, so you could literally freehand it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not part of the kit, but I ordered one. It's in the other room because I thought, what the fuck? If you're going to order the thing, then
if you're going to do it properly, right? That's the Eike motto.
Let's put it back. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it because I'm not going to take this out.
Yeah, this is like you say, it's a teaser.
Yeah.
We
will assemble it for next weekend or so and then give it a go. There is some question if you can actually legally use this inside an apartment because apparently the noise level of a working machine is 85 decibels, which is about airport. And this is a residential area.
Yeah, well,
as per law, you're allowed 55 decibels in the receiving room, so the place where it's measured.
So it's about 30-40% louder than what we're actually allowed to do.
Yeah, it's a lot more louder than that because decibel is not a linear scale. It's
right.
Decibel more is, I think, twice as loud or something. So this is
we're gonna really
a huge noise maker, which is actually why A, we're going to build a box with some soundproofing to run this, and B, so we can test it before we have the box. I hope it's about the laser attachment.
Cool.
The laser does not cut as deep as the laser won't do 11 centimeters cutting, although that would be amazing. But it will engrave and burn patterns and cut wood and plastics up to 3 millimeters, which is already something.
Yeah, it's a compromise for now.
So now that we have a laser, we should urgently buy a shark because lasers.
Yes, exactly. Mix the two together. 3D print a laser shooting shark.
So now we have another machine that we do not know how to use.
Yes, that's part of the game.
But that was the project, wasn't it?
Yes. It would be fun if we knew how to use this.
Yeah, it might. I mean, these are pretty strong motors and everything, and this thing turns with 10,000 RPM and the 300 watt output. So we should be careful, just saying.
Sure. All right, well, look forward to the video. And what is it again, Eike? CNC?
It's CNC router.
CNC router for engraving, cutting, and any other...
Removing fingers.
Removing fingers, yes.
Else you stick in there.
Yes, quickest way to lose a finger. That will be what we're.
Actually, I mean, it's computer controlled. We can stand away
Yeah.
from it while it's running. So this will be potentially amazing. If you know anything about programming CNC router, please give us a call.
Please comment on this video.
But we're going to try and fail, and then we will try again and fail better, or at least more often.
Fail upwards.
Yeah.
Is what I'd like to think of. Are you going to ask everyone to like and subscribe, Eike? You got to come on. Like, we're supposed to be influencers, so like and subscribe.
You are the influencer.
Yeah.
He's the video editor.
You're just a talent. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a talent nevertheless.
Yeah. I'm the man with the bank account to buy it.
Yes, you are the patron of this. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm my own patron.
Yeah, your very own patron.
Other
Yeah.
channels ask you to join their patron. I'm